Hi everybody, this is Cece. Today is July 16th, 2015, and today is my 2-year cosplay anniversary. I started cosplaying on July 16th, 2013, and so I kind of just wanted to make this video talking a little bit about what I feel that I've kind of achieved personally with cosplay and why I cosplay, and just kind of about my journey in general. I was going to make a post on my Facebook page, but I realized I had way too much to say, so I just made a really short little post on there. So if you guys want to go read that, check out my Facebook page below. Shameless self-plugging. But yeah, let's get into it. So if you guys didn't know, my first cosplay was of Len Kagamine, and luckily my parents are really chill. I have really nice parents, and I just kind of said to my mom one day, I want to dress up as a fictional character, and she was like, okay. And my family, nobody in my immediate family sews, so I actually used my grandma's sewing machine, which was really old. It was probably about 50 or 60 years old, not even kidding. All it could do was sew in a straight line forward and backwards, and it didn't even have like a little thing that you could pull out so that you could sew sleeves and stuff like that. So it was really challenging to learn how to sew on that, especially because nobody in my family knew how to sew. The only thing that my mom could teach me was how to actually use the machine. So I completely taught myself how to sew, and I ended up putting together a half found and half made Len Kagamine costume, which I actually still wear today. I just wore it to Anime Midwest on July 3rd. But then, once my sophomore year started, I was 15 years old, and I got really close with a very lovely girl named Mallory, and we both cosplay, and we're still really awesome friends. But that group of friends that I made kind of persuaded me to go to a little convention called Daishokan, and they also introduced me to a whole bunch of new anime, and one of those shows was Puella Magi Madoka Magica, which is still one of my most favorite series. But I fell in love with the character Kyoko Sakura, and I had to cosplay her, but the convention was fast approaching, and I really rushed to make a Kyoko cosplay. I made it in about 2 weeks, and it was pretty bad, but the most important thing to me was that I was representing my fandom, and I was having a really good time with my friends. So after I started getting more comfortable with cosplaying, I realized that I had a bit of a talent for sewing. It kind of came naturally to me. I know some of my friends, they have been cosplaying for longer than me, and they just really struggle with the sewing aspect of it. So some of them buy their costumes, some of them ask for a lot of help with them, and all of that is fine. You're still a great cosplayer if you do that. But personally, I really liked making my own costumes all the way from scratch. So after Daishokan, my core group of friends, which was me, Mallory, Aaron, and Shelby, decided that we were going to try to enter a cosplay contest at Anime Milwaukee 2014. And we did a My Little Pony group based off of Twilight Sparkle's Coronation. But Mallory designed all of our dresses, and it was kind of a group effort. We would get together and hang out and try to sew. Around this time of my life, I actually have just so many really funny memories that happened because of cosplay. I remember going over to Mallory and Aaron's house, and we would stay up really late playing Mario Kart instead of sewing. One time, Shelby and I both fell asleep listening to the He-Man Hey Ya song. Soon after that competition, which we all as a group won second place in, we wore our princess costumes to a bowling party, and I spilt an entire pitcher of soda all down my dress, and it was kind of sad, but it was also really funny. And I also remember doing a lot of cosplaying in public. I haven't done this in kind of a while, but last year, Aaron and I were into Homestuck because we were trash, and we went to the mall dressed as Kanaya and Rose, and it was really interesting seeing like how the normal people reacted to us. People were asking us like, hey, what's going on? And some people took our pictures. And then also last summer, Mallory, Shelby, and I went to the zoo cosplaying, and there was this one guy there. I was dressed as Len. And there was this one guy there, and he was asking us what we were doing, and I was trying to explain to him, like, oh, I'm cosplaying as a character, and he's like a singer. And the guy kept asking me to sing for him, and it was really awkward. But really, I've made a whole bunch of friends through cosplaying. As I've mentioned before, I became really close with Mallory, Erin, and Shelby. I'm sure if you guys follow my channel, you've heard about them before. But then I also became really good friends with a few other people named Maddie and Sabrina. So after a little bit more experience cosplaying, Mallory, Maddie, and I decided to compete at Anime Milwaukee 2015. And again, we won second place in beginner group walk-ons, which was really exciting. I cosplayed as QB from Madoka Magica, and then Mallory cosplayed as Goddess Madoka from Madoka Magica, and Maddie cosplayed as Devil Homura from Madoka Magica. And we did some lighting stuff within our costumes and a whole bunch of like hand painting and really painstaking work, but I think it paid off. I'm really proud of that costume. So after I started competing more, I really wanted to begin putting more effort and detail into my costumes, and after I've started becoming more experienced with sewing, I decided that in college I wanted to pursue costume or apparel design. So I've been working really hard lately to make sure that all of the things that I make are a little bit of a higher quality than what I used to make. One thing that cosplay has helped me personally with is self-confidence and just being a happier person in general. So like I mentioned, when I started cosplaying, it was right before my sophomore year of high school, and my freshman year of high school had been really terrible. I had just gotten out of a really abusive relationship. It was a really rough time. I was really depressed. I had an eating disorder. Just seeing all these people online that were having such a great time just dorking around as these like Japanese characters made me so happy, and it just kind of helped me escape what I couldn't escape physically. And now 2 years later, I'm happier than I've ever been. Even though it's just a hobby, I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. And yeah, thank you guys for listening to me ramble a little bit, and I will see you on Monday. Bye!